Hi everyone, myself Abhijit Dev, and today this is the fourth video on the first chapter, that is the living world. And today, from the topic taxonomic categories, we will start. Yeah, in our last topic, we have studied about that systematics also, and here that taxonomic categories. Classification is not a single step process but involves hierarchy of steps in which each step represents a rank or category. Here in taxonomy categories, we need to specify upon certain ranks and categories, certain steps we should maintain. And these steps, each steps represent certain rank or category. Since the category is a part of overall taxonomic arrangement, it is called taxonomic category. And all the categories together constitute taxonomic hierarchy. And each rank is or each category is referred to as unit of classification. In fact, it represents a rank and is commonly termed as taxon, or its plural is taxa. Means each rank is referred to as taxon. Taxonomic categories and hierarchy can be illustrated by an example. Like insects having three pairs of jointed legs carries or shares a common features. It means that insects are recognizable concrete objects which can be classified and thus were given a rank or category. Taxonomic studies of all known organisms have led to the development of common categories such as kingdom, phylum, or division, and that division is for plants and phylum for animals. Class, order, family, genus, and species. All organisms, including those in the plant and animal kingdoms, have species as the lowest category. Yeah, we can say that species is the lowest category and kingdom is the highest one. Now, no need of this. Yeah, here it come. It's the first category or the taxa. I can say it, that species. Taxonomic studies consider a group of individual organisms with fundamental similarities as species. One should be able to distinguish one species from the other closely related species based on distinct morphological differences. Let us consider Mangifera indica, Solanum tuberosum. Mangifera indica means mango. Solanum tuberosum is potato, Panthera leo is lion. All the three names, Indica, tuberosum, and leo, represents the specific epithets. Here, the species means that specific epithets we have studied in the earlier lectures. While the first word Mangifera, Solanum, Panthera are genera and represents another higher level of taxon or category. Yeah, for example, Panthera has another species, big epithet called Tigris solanum, includes species like Nigram, Melongena. Human beings belong to the species Sapiens, which is grouped in genus Homo. The scientific name, thus, for human being is written as Homo sapiens. Yeah, each genus may have one or more than one species or specific epithets representing different organisms, but having morphological similarities. And then I told that these are like Panthera tigris, then Solanum nigram, Melongena. These are some examples. And it comes to genus. Genus is another higher level taxon of which comes before that species. Genus comprises a group of related species which has more characters in common in comparison to species of other genera. We can say that genera are aggregates of closely related species. For example, potato, tomato, and brinjal are three different species, but all belong to the genus Solanum. Like for example, under the genus potato, under the same genus, potato, tomato, brinjal are there, but they have different specific names, or but they are three different species. Okay, and they belongs to the genus Solanum, like lion, Panthera leo, leopard, Panthera pardalis, tiger, Panthera tigris, which with several common features are all species of the genus Panthera. This genus differs from another genus Felis, which includes cats. Next higher taxon is family. And family has a group of related genera with less number of similarities as compared to genus and species. Families are characterized on the basis of both vegetative and reproductive features of plant species. Among plants, for example, three different genera like Solanum, Petunia, Datura are placed in the family Solanaceae. Among animals, like these three genus or genera are placed under the family Solanaceae, like and among animals, for example, Panthera, comprising lion, tiger, leopard, is put along with genus Felis, that is cats, in the family Felidae. Similarly, if you observe the features of cat and a dog, you will find some similarities and some differences as well. They are separated into two different families, Felidae and Cancidae. Next higher taxon is order. You have seen earlier that the categories like species, genus, and families are based on a number of similar characters. Generally, order and other higher taxonomic characters are identified based on the aggregates of characters. Order, being a higher category, is the assemblage of families which exhibit a few similar characters. The similar characters are less in numbers as compared to different genera included in a family. Plant families like Convolvulaceae, Solanaceae are included in the order Polymoniales, mainly based on the floral characters. And the animal order Carnivora includes families like Felidae, Cancidae, etc. Next higher is the class. For example, order Primata comprising monkey, gorilla, gibbon is placed in class Mammalia along with order Carnivora that includes animals like tiger, cat, dog. Class Mammalia has other orders also. Next higher is the phylum. Classes comprising animals like fishes, amphibians, reptiles, birds along with mammals constitute the next higher category called phylum. All these based on the common features like presence of notochord and dorsal hollow neural system are included in phylum Chordata. In case of plants, classes with a few similar characters are assigned to a higher category called division. Phylum and division both are same, but phylum is written while we write the for that animals, and division is written while writing scientific name of plants or grouping plants. Next is the kingdom. It is the highest taxa. All animals belong to various phyla are assigned to the highest category called kingdom Animalia in the classification system of animals. The kingdom Plenty, on the other hand, is distinct and comprised of here Animalia includes all the animals prevailing in our world, and Plenty includes all the plants. Henceforth, we refer to these two groups as animals and plant kingdoms. The taxonomic categories from species to kingdom have been shown in ascending order, starting with species to kingdom. Showing in ascending order, starting with species in figure 1.1. Yeah, this is the lowest and this is the highest. Kingdom, phylum, or division, class, order, family, genus, species. These are broad categories. However, taxonomists have also developed subcategories in this hierarchy to facilitate more sound and scientific placement of various taxa. Here, table 1.1 indicates the taxonomic categories to which some common organisms like housefly, man, mango, and wheat belong. These are some classification of, yeah, that is phylum or division Chordata, Arthropoda. This belongs to Animalia kingdom. This too belongs to kingdom Plenty. The rest are here written. You can see it. Next topic is taxonomical aid. These are the aids, or we can say in simple terms that these are the help we used to get from the previous research or studies to study our new plants, or to study the taxonomy. Taxonomic studies of various species of plants, animals, and other organisms are useful in agriculture, forestry, industry, and in general in knowing our bioresources and their diversity. These studies would require correct classification and identification of organisms. Identification of organisms requires intensive laboratory and field studies. The collection of actual specimen of plant and animal species is essential and is the prime source of taxonomic studies. These are also fundamental to studies and essential for training in systematics. It is used for classification of an organism, and the information gathered is also stored along with the specimens. In some cases, the specimen is preserved for further future studies. Biologists have established certain procedures and techniques to store and preserve the information as well as the specimen. Some of these are explained to help you understand the usage of these aids. Some of the taxonomic aids are that herbarium, botanical gardens, museum, zoological parks, etc. Okay, here herbarium is a storehouse of collected plant species that are dried, pressed, and preserved on sheets. Here, herbarium is a sheet where we place the plant and use it for and can use it for further references. Further, these sheets are arranged according to a universally accepted system of classification. These specimens, along with the description on herbarium sheet, become a storehouse or repository for future use. The herbarium sheets also carry label providing information about date, place of collection, its English name, local name, botanical name, family, collector's name, etc. Herbaria also serve as quick referral systems in taxonomic studies. Next is the botanical garden. These specialized gardens have collections of living plants for references. Plant species in these gardens are grown for identification purposes, and each plant is labeled indicating its botanical oblique scientific name and its family. The famous botanical garden are at Kew, which is in England, and Indian Botanical Garden, Howrah, India, and at National Botanical Research Institute, Lucknow. Biological museums are generally set up in educational institutes such as schools and colleges. Museums have collections of preserved plants and animals specimens for study and references. Specimens are preserved in the container or jar in preservative solutions. Plant and animal specimens may also be preserved as dry specimens. Insects are preserved in insect boxes after collecting, killing, and pinning. Larger animals like birds and mammals are usually stuffed and preserved. Museums often have collection of skeletons of animals too. Next come is the zoological park. These are the places where we'll find wild animals that are kept in protected environments under human care and which enable us to learn about their food habits and behavior. All animals in a zoo are provided as far as possible the conditions similar to their natural habitats. Children love visiting these parks commonly called zoos. Next is K. K is another taxonomical aid used for identification of plants, animals based on their similarities and dissimilarities. These Ks are based on the contrasting characters generally in a pair called couplet. It represents the choice made between two opposite options. This results in acceptance of only one and rejection of the other. Like the venation of leaf is either parallel or reticulate, like this. Only it will only select either of the one and will reject the other. Each statement in a K is called a lead. Separate taxonomic Ks are required for each taxonomic category, such as family, genus, species for identification purposes. Ks are generally analytical in nature. Flora manuals, monographs, and catalogs are some other means of recording descriptions. They also help in correct identification. Flora contains the actual account of habitat and distribution of plants of a given area. This provides the index to the plant species found in a particular area. Manuals are useful in providing information for identification of names of species found in an area. Monographs contain information on any one taxon. Okay. So this is all about your first chapter. Thank you, everyone.